You were sitting in the cafeteria at your usual spot near the window with your best friend Jiu, who was happily chewing on her big sandwich. She had mayonnaise on the corner of her lips, but she didn't care. She was the type who ate with her whole heart. You, on the other hand, had a neat tray in front of you with a steaming bowl of bulgogi. The smell of soya sauce, garlic, and sesame oil was so comforting that it almost made you forget you were inside a Nasi cafeteria. You were halfway through your meal when you noticed Jihu's eyes. Instead, she was straight past your shoulder. You frowned. Her gaze was fixed on the corner table. Her chin slowed as she leaned slightly across you. Why? She whispered, nudging your shoulder with her elbow. You blink. Who, bestie? You ask while swallowing the food. Jihu tilted her head towards the far end of the room, and Ju reluctantly followed her gaze, only to see Seojan, the so-called prince of the school. He was tall, ridiculously handsome, and carried himself with a kind of careless charm. And right now his eyes were not wandering around like usual. Now they were locked on you, not casually. He was staring at you. You sighed heavily and picked up your spoon as you shoved another bite of bulgogi into your mouth like nothing was happening. Let him stare. It is not like he's gonna pay for my college tuition just by looking at me. You said simply. Why, Anya, sometimes I really feel like you are insane. Do you even realize so many girls in the school would sell their souls just for him to glance their way, and here he is staring at you like a lost puppy? Just look at him, how handsome he is. You rolled your eyes. Well, I'm not interested in babysitting puppies. Juhu laughed even louder, drawing a few curious looks from nearby tables while you rolled your eyes only to witness a familiar figure entering the cafeteria along with his friends. It was Jungkook, the notorious bad boy of the school, his presence taking the air right out of the room. Jungkook's reputation was not just built on rumors, it was real. Everyone knew he was dangerous. Some students sitting near the entrance actually gulped audibly. A few of them even tucked their heads down or slid further into their seats, trying to make themselves invisible. Your heart skipped. No, it just skipped. You were not like the others, scared because of his reputation. You were scared for a whole different reason because, unlike anyone else here, you knew Jungkook was not just the school's bad boy. He was your secret husband. For a brief moment, his dark eyes met yours. His gaze held something dangerous, yet achingly familiar. And then, just like that, he looked away, shifting his attention to the group of boys sitting a few tables away. Your jaw dropped. You knew what was the meaning of that look. You noticed that he was glaring at someone. The target of his glare was a tall guy who had made the mistake of messing with Jungkook's best friend Eunwoo the day before. You didn't even need to guess. You groaned under your breath and muttered softly, not loud enough to be heard, Jiu. No, Jungkook, please. She leaned closer to you and whispered. I bet he's not gonna leave him. Ah, the poor guy. She shook her head like she was already petting the boys. Jungkook stomped over the guy table in a few long strides. The boy stuttered something incomprehensible. You could see how boy's face had turned pale with fear. Jungkook growled. The students in the cafeteria gasped, but no one dared to move, even Seojun, who had just kept staring at you moments ago. You shut your eyes tightly, your hands clutched into fist on the table. You were not scared of Jungkook hurting you, no, never. But every time he let his temper explode like this, your heart arced. You hated seeing his knuckles split open, hated the way only he saw. Never as the man you secretly knew when you were alone together. You hated the way he always chose sadness. You hated why he always hurt himself. With hands balled into fists, you stood up abruptly. You blinked in surprise. Wine, where are you? But you didn't answer. You turned and walked out of the cafeteria without saying a word as you were angry with him. Jungkook had snapped towards you the second you moved. His eyes widened slightly as though he had read the storm of emotions written all over your face. He knew you were upset, he could feel it, and the moment you disappeared through the cafeteria door, ignoring the way students were staring at him, he turned and walked behind you. You were walking fastly after storming out of the cafeteria. Your mind was buzzing with anger and disappointment, but before you could take another step, a hand suddenly wrapped around your wrist. You gasped softly and found yourself in an empty classroom. A gasp left your mouth. You didn't even need to look up to know who it was. The familiar scent of mint gum mixed with his cologne gave him a always instantly. You rolled your eyes, exhaling sharply. Jungkook, not now, you said in an anger voice, but he could feel the worry through it. Worry you refused to show him. You tried to push him away. Your heartbeat raced. Jungkook, please, before you could complete your sentence. He smiled. The part of you melted inside. Jungkook didn't react, his eyes dark and intense bored into yours. Why? Why are you angry with me, princess? You glared at him, refusing to let him win. Do you even know what it feels like to watch you hurt yourself like that? You think I care about the guy? No, Jungkook, I care about you. Do you even know how my heart hurts? He said, looking into his dark eyes. Jungkook's face softened. He leaned in closer. I know you care about me, but do you even know what he said to Yeonwoo? He asked frustratedly like he was demanding you to understand him. I'm not even interested to know about that. Whatever the reason was, you broke your promise, Jungkook. You hurt my heart. You snapped, your eyes was blazing with emotions. A butter smirk stuck at the corner of Jungkook's lips, though his eyes stayed dark. Oh, you won't talk to me now. His voice dropped to a whisper. Your cheeks flushed hard despite the anger. Your eyes softened for just a second as you whispered, why? Why do you hurt yourself like this? Don't you even hurt me too? Jungkook, why are you always like this? His breath hitched. His eyes were not fierce anymore. They were vulnerable. I am trying to change myself for you, for us, for our love, but how can I stand still when someone says something like that about my wife? He said. You froze, your breath caught in your throat. You narrowed your eyes, searching his face, your heart confused between anger. What did he even say? You asked confusingly. Jungkook jaw clenched as he spoke. That Inu is dating you. Your eyes widened, shock washing over you like an ice. What? Was that mad? His eyes softened as he watched you fume, as if your reaction was a proof of what he needed to hear. See, it hurt you, didn't it? Then how do you expect me to bear it? He whispered, caressing your hair, your lips parted, but no words came out. Instead, a small pout formed. Jungkook let out a soft chuckle. You are my world. I can't think of losing you, he whispered against your forehead. You instantly chuckled, and unlocking the door, you walked out. His heartbeat raced. Running a hand through his hair, he smiled. You were walking towards the classroom. You turned a corner with your red blushing cheeks but suddenly bumped into someone hard. You looked up to see Seojan, the popular guy. He gave you a warm smile. Oh, hello, he said smoothly. His eyes gleamed like he had been waiting for this moment. Caught off guard, you froze. Then quickly you force a small, awkward smile, both your head slightly before rushing past him, not giving him chance to say anything more. Susan sat pouted. Aish, why is she always so shy? He muttered to himself. Time skipped. You were sitting on the ground under a white tree with Gio and a few other classmates. Gio leaned towards you. Why, let's play truth or dare. You raised your brow unimpressed. No thanks, I would rather eat dirt than get involved in that childish game. Jihu pouted dramatically, tugging at your sleeve. Aish, come on, don't be such a grandma. Just one round, please. But Jihu, I don't want. No ifs and buts, you are playing. You said deeply, staring at her exaggerated puppy eyes. Fine. Everyone gathered around in a circle. The empty soda bottle sat in the middle, gleaming under the afternoon sun. A little distance away, Jungkook appeared with a group of his friends. He didn't join the circle. No, that was not his style. He leaned against a lamp post, his hand shoved into his pant pocket. His friends laughed and talked, but Jungkook's sharp gaze never left you. His jaw clenched every time someone leaned closer to you. The bottle spun for the first time. Everyone chanted playfully, and it landed on you. The girl said, Truth or dare? Jihu thought for a while dramatically and then said, Dare, she grinned. Some of them smirked and then one from them spoke, Steal Mr. Kang's lunch. No, guys, that is not a good dare. You know how string Mr. Kang is? Don't worry, Vayania, just watch me. The girls clapped excitedly while you just sighed. Minutes later, Jihu returned red faced and defeated because Mr. Kang had caught her with his box meal in hand and punished her to stay out of his class for a week. Everyone burst into a laughter at her misfortune while you felt pity, the circle holding as she sat back down with a pout. I told you not to go. I know it is my mistake. Someone shouted. Next spin. The bottle twirled again. Everyone was looking at it. Your stomach knotted as it began to slow. You pressed silently, but luck was not on your side. The bottle stopped right in front of you. The group erupted. Why, truth or dare? Your throat went dry. Truth, you blurted, wanting the safe option. But the girls exchanged smirks, eyes twinkling with mischief. No, she can't do truth. Dare. Why take the dare? You never did something daring. You let out an exaggerated sigh and then finally agreed, gulping nervously. You finally nodded. Fine, dare. The girl who was sitting opposite leaned forward to you. Her voice was dripping with playful cruelty. Then Chiu, right here. Your jaw dropped while your eyes widened in disbelief. What? Are you crazy? Come on, Mayan. How can you say no to him? Do it, Mayan. Come on. Your hands trembled as everyone began chanting your name. Mayan. From the side, Seochun was watching. He sat with his friends at another bench nearby, pretending to look bored, but the corner of his lips twitched into a faint smile. His eyes lingered on you, shy pride swelling in him, as if this was a proof of your innocence. Meanwhile, Jungkook froze, his body stiffened while his jaw tightened so hard it looked like stone. His finger dug into his pocket. Jihu leaned towards you. What is stopping you, girl? People beg for this kind of dare, and you are just showing tantrums. You shook your head quickly, your whole body trembling. No, I can't. But before you could even finish your protest, a sudden warmth crashed. Your eyes shoot open in shock while your breath stolen. It was part of the dare. It was Jungkook. The entire circle froze. Some students gasped so loudly that you could hear it echo across the ground. Others covered their mouths in shock. Jiho's jaw dropped while Seojan rubbed his eyes in a disbelief. Jungkook pulled back slightly. His dark eyes blazed like fire as he glared around at the stunned faces. His voice was deep, raw, and terrifyingly possessive. She's mine. He growled. The ground was dead silent, not a single laugh, not a single whisper, and in that silence, the truth of your secret relationship had been revealed. Come, princess, we need to go home. He looked at your stunned red face. You didn't move as you were feeling nervous and shy. Jungkook smiled and carried you to his car. The student gasped, but no one had enough courage to whisper. Jungkook, what was that? You asked, looking at him with your wide eyes. It was a claim. You smiled shyly, looking out of the window to hide your red tomato face.